y'all, welcome back to my channel. Aimee here. Happy Pride Month. Today we're going to be talking about my UnTBR, I guess. I just want to read whatever the heck I want to read for Pride. If you've been here a while, you know that I love male romances. So that's basically what I'm going to be reading for the month of June, with some other probably queer reads, LGBTQ plus reads, whatever they may be, whatever I feel like I want to read, whatever I'm feeling that day. So I'm not necessarily, this isn't necessarily a TBR. I'm just showing you all the books that I currently own as far as like hard copy, that are male romance or just queer reads in general. I also have a ton of male romances on my Amazon Fire tablet. I also have a couple on my Audible, in my Audible library that I have the choice to listen to as well. And I'll also tell you if these are available on audio. Usually I can find male romances, really male romances on Scribd. That's why I pay for Scribd. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like to pay for like an audio account or whatever it may be, because you can get those from your library. But from my experiences and my library, they do not carry a lot of male romances. They are very rare. So I rely on Scribd as well as Audible. Audible, of course, pretty much has everything, but I rely on Scribd a lot for my male romances. So I will let you know what platform you can find the audio version of these books. So let's get started, because like I said, I have a lot. I may have to split this video into two parts, maybe hard copy versus my tablet. We'll see. We'll see how we're rolling along. So anyway, we'll get started with what I have hard copy here in front of me. First up, and I recently got this in the mail. I ordered it through my Barnes & Nobles when they were having the 25% off sale for pre-orders. I put this on my list, and it came in like, it's not necessarily a mass market paperback, but it's like a cute little mini copy. But this is The Long Game by Rachel Reed. This is the 6th book in the Game Changer series. I have loved this whole series. Ilya and Shane are my absolutely favorite couple of the series, except for the first book. I'm having trouble remembering their names, but the first book I really enjoyed. Their story is one that I can remember, even, you know, after it being a while since I read the first book in the series. But Ilya and Shane were my absolute favorite, and everybody told me it was going to be my favorite, and they were right. So here we are. This is a continuation of Shane and Ilya's story from previous books in the series. In this book, Ilya is ready to be out with Shane. He wants the world to know that he's in love with Shane. But Shane is a little skeptical. He even though he loves Ilya, he's just afraid of what will happen to both their careers or anything like that. That's what I get from like reading the synopsis. It says it's been 10 years. That's how long Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov have been seeing each other. How long they've been keeping their relationship a secret from friends, from family, from the league. If Shane wants to stay at the top of his game, what he and Ilya share has to remain secret. He loves Ilya, but what if going public ruins everything? Ilya is sick of secrets. Shane has gotten so good at hiding his feelings, sometimes Ilya questions if they even exist. The closeness, the intimacy, even the risk that would come with being open about their relationship, Ilya wants it all. It's time for them to decide what's more important, hockey or love. I can't wait to find out. This is one book that I found at my local Barnes & Noble. This is by Cat Sebastian. It Takes Two to Tumble. I believe this goes along with a series of hers. You can actually find a good bit of her books at Like, well, I can at my Barnes & Nobles. But I think they can all be read as standalones. But anyway, I've read one of her books. They're like historical male romances. I'm not usually a historical type of reader, but these really have did it for me. It says, after an unconventional upbringing, Ben is perfectly content with the quiet, predictable life of a country vicar, free of strife and turmoil. When he's asked to look after an absent naval captain's 3 wild children, he reluctantly agrees, but instantly falls for the hellions. And when their stern but glorious handsome father arrives, Ben is tempted in ways that make him doubt everything. In a mist of runaway children, a plot to blackmail Ben's family, and torturous nights of pleasure, Ben and Philip must decide if a safe life is worth losing the one thing that makes them come alive. It just sounded really good. It's, you know, read as like a historical type of romance, but male. And like I said, she has many others. I've only read one other of her books, and I think it's it's something to do with Scoundrel. I have it in my Audible library, so I listened to it. I really enjoyed it, so I figured why not pick that one up and see what it's all about. I finally purchased this book. This has been like on my TBR wish list for a really long time. This is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I want to say this is more of a YA type of fantastical romance, maybe. I don't know, but it deals with, like I say, a little bit, maybe not fantasy. Let me just read you a little bit of it. On September 5th, a little after midnight, Death Cast calls Mateo Torres and Rufus Amaterio to deliver some bad news. They're going to die in less than 24 hours. Mateo and Rufus are total strangers, but for different reasons. They're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news is there's an app for that. It's called Last Friend. And through it, Rufus and Mateo meet up for one final epic adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. I don't know, it just drew me in. You know, they both die at the end. Do they really? I want to find out. Before we get all up into my CS packet obsession I have right here. This is The Infinite Noise. This has also kind of been on a TBR wish list in the back of my mind. So the one time when I was at Barnes & Nobles, I saw it and I was like, you know what? It's time to get it. This is by Lauren Shippen. This is also YA, and also I believe it has a little bit of magical realism to it. Maybe magical realism. I don't know. It has something to do with maybe, I think one of them's psychic. Let's see. This is the story of Caleb, an atypical and individual born with enhanced abilities. He feels the emotions of everyone around him, but he keeps getting pulled into the emotional orbit of just one classmate, Adam. Adam's feelings are big and all-consuming, but they fit together with Caleb's feelings in a way that he's never experienced before, in a way that feels right. So it's like he can feel the emotion of others, and I think like Caleb's emotions are really bright and loud. It says at the top, if he's blue and I'm yellow, being around him makes everything green. I guess I just really like being in the green place. It sounded really cute. It has a little bit of a, psychic ability to it. I love that. And then of course, the third book in the Rainbow Rowell's Carry On series. This is Any Way the Wind Blows. I got the Barnes & Noble special edition because I love the graphics on the inside of Simon and Baz, and then all their friends. I love it. This is Simon, this is Baz, and their friend group. I really enjoyed the first book. Can't say that of the second book. I was kind of disappointed in the second book, so I have hopes for this one. It says, in Carry On, Simon Snow and his friends realized that everything they thought they understood about the world might be wrong. And in Wayward Son, they wondered whether everything they understood about themselves might be wrong. In Any Way the Wind Blows, Simon and Baz and Penelope and Agatha have to decide how to move forward. Any Way the Wind Blows takes the gang back to England, back to Watford, and back to their families for their longest and most emotionally wrenching adventure yet. This book is a finale. It tells secrets and answers questions and lays ghosts to rest. So yeah, the first book was I really enjoyed because it had a very Harry Potter-esque vibe to it. They were students. Hold please. Hello. Hey. I'm in a video. Okay, that's good. Whatever you want. Love too. Bye. As I was saying, in the first book, it's very Harry Potter-esque. We are at a wizarding school. They're battling a type of Voldemort character. The spells were funny. Like it was just fun and quirky, and I enjoyed it. Like I said, the second book not so much. So I'm hoping good things happen in the third book. Simon and Baz also sort of have a hate relationship in the first book. Baz is kind of portrayed as our Draco, and Simon is of course our Harry kind of situation. But if Harry and Draco started falling for each other, that's the first book. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So I have kind of high hopes for the third one. Then I have Here's to Us. This is by Becky Albertalli and Adam Severa. This is the second book in, well, the sequel. It says the sequel to What If It's Us. This is just a continuation of Ben and Arthur's story from the first book. I really enjoyed the first book, getting to know our characters and how they met and how they kind of sort of fell for each other. Even though they were from totally different worlds, I can't wait to see what they've become in this book. I almost forgot to tell y'all what was available in audio. So It Takes Two to Tumble by Cat Sebastian is available in audio. I have it saved on Scribd. It's narrated by Joel Leslie. He's not one of my favorite narrators, but we'll see. I'll start it, and if I don't like it, I'll just read it with my eyeballs. But yeah, it's available on Scribd. The Long Game is also available on Scribd. It is narrated by Cooper North. Cooper North is a fantastic narrator. I'm pretty sure he narrated the other books in the series because I did listen to the last two, and I really enjoyed his narration. Now, these are not available in my libraries, but you can check your libraries. Everybody's different. It depends on the location, what library you have. I have two libraries, but neither one are available on those. So they are both on Scribd, and I'm sure they are on Audible if you choose to use one of your credits. Here's to Us, also available on Scribd. Not available at any of my library choices. It's also available on Audible. The narrators for this book are Noah Galvin and Roy Gutierrez. So two narrators for this book. So I'm sure we have a voice for both Ben and Arthur, which I absolutely love. As far as I can tell, Any Way the Wind Blows is only available on Audible at this moment. It's not in any of my library choices, but definitely check your libraries. It's not on Scribd that I can see. It may come eventually, but I do have it already downloaded on in my Audible library. So I think it was in a sale that I have it. So yeah, this one is only available on Audible as for me, as much as I can tell. I found one available in my library. The Infinite Noise is available in my local library app, and it is narrated by Brigham Snow and James Foyhe. I've never listened to anything by these narrators, so I'm excited. We also get two voices for each of our character, or a voice for each of our characters. So yeah, definitely check your local library, but it is also on Scribd. It's not available until June 23rd. hold on, let me go back to Scribd because I saw it on there and I flagged it. Yeah, June 23rd, it's not available till then. Scribd does that sometimes. They'll like have an audio for you for like a couple of weeks and then they get rid of it and then it comes back. I'm not sure what the meaning of that is, but anyway, it's in my library, so I'm gonna borrow it from my library if I choose to listen to it. Also available in my library is They Both Die at the End. It is narrated by none other than Mr. Michael Crouch himself and Robbie Damon. I love Michael Crouch. I know I've gushed about him before. I may have to do a video on like my favorite male romance narrators. That's something to think about. So yes, again, we have a voice for each of our characters. Yes, this is available in my library. Let me check Scribd for you. I know it's available on Audible if you choose to use a credit, and it is available on Scribd as well. So lots of choices there for this one. Okay, and lastly, we'll get into my, like I said, my CS packet obsession. I still don't know how to say this author's last name. I need to look that up before I keep butchering it. So after I read the Captive Prince series, a lot of y'all told me that there was like this small little book called The Summer Palace that I need to read. So I immediately ordered it off of Amazon. I believe it's just some short stories. Yes, we have Green But for a Season, a story of Ford and Amaric. If you've read the Captive Prince series, then you know these characters that I am talking about. The Summer Palace, which is a story of Damon and Laurent. The Adventures of Charles the Venetian Cloth Merchant, a story of Charles the Prince and his assistant Layman. And then Pet, a story of Ansel and Berenger. I can't wait to, I've been meaning to read this, but I was kind of waiting for June to read it, just to make it that much more better. I also have 3 of the Fence graphic novels, or really like comic books, I guess. This is volume 1. Then we have volume 2 and volume 3. I think there's a volume 4 as well. And volume 5 will be coming out very soon. So yeah, I may have to get volume 4, or is volume 4 not out yet? I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But anyway, I have been waiting also to read these in the month of June just to make it that much more special. And then on a whim, I picked this up. This is Fence Striking Distance. This is this is more of a novel. But I do have this one on Audible. It was in a 2-for-1 credit kind of sale, so I went ahead and I got it. So it's waiting for me in my Audible library. I don't know if I think you can get the graphic novels on audiobook. I'll have to look into that. This is narrated by Will Collier. I've never listened to this narrator before, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the book. And I don't see them anywhere else. They're not available through my libraries. I don't see them on Scribd. But definitely check your local libraries. You may have the option to be able to listen to them via your library. But like I said, I have mine on Audible. Okay, y'all, I think that's gonna be it. This was already sort of a long video, and I have like 15 books on my tablet. So yeah, that'll be a separate video, but I'm gonna continue filming, so you'll still see me in my Brittany shirt. But as always, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you're all doing well out there. Let me know in the comments, what will y'all be reading for Pride Month? Do you read anything particular for Pride Month? Do you celebrate Pride? All the things. If you have any recommendations for me, let me know in the comments down below. Hugs from me all around, y'all, and I'll see y'all very, very soon wearing my same Brittany shirt in a new video. Bye, y'all.